The company is one of the leading value-added distributors of technology and converged communications for customers in the enterprise, SME, government and education markets. For more on this, I'm joined in the studio by Candice Dupree, the spokesperson for Vastratech. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
All right, it sounds really good, especially when it comes to education. And of course, education, one of the primary problems that we have in this country, something that has to be nurtured, of course.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about how you are helping with education.
Well, one of the biggest things that we are currently working with is a program what we call Teachers for Change. And it's been run for a number of years right around Africa. But really, it's around embracing teachers who have used technology in their classroom, whether it be from a normal projector to a more advanced interactive whiteboard. It's about teachers who are stepping into that 21st century learning and teaching.
Right, now carry on.
Okay. What I wanted to mention around that was our biggest project at the moment is with the Gauteng Department of Education, the MEC Panyasa Lesufi and Matthew Ganiwe, where we've rolled out interactive devices to over 400 schools. And we're now currently training 12,000 teachers. And I think that's the important thing. It's not just about the technology, but it's about the continued professional development of any technology, whether it be in the education or in an enterprise market. It's around that continued professional development because technology changes drastically, and it's constantly evolving. We've gone from an information era to far more of a conceptual era now, and that's why professional development is vital.
What kind of technology and what kind of aids are you actually using? How sophisticated are they?
So we've got projects, for example, one of the Advitech preschools that are using our interactive whiteboards, smart boards. So from preschool age, sort of your ages of 6, all the way up to matric and varsity levels. With the project with the MEC Panyasa Lesufi, he started at matric. His vision was that by the time the children leave the school, they would be not only on par with private school individuals, but on a far more global level. So he started at matric and gone down, but it's, as we know, ECD is the foundation phase. It really is. From 0 to 5, 80% of a child's brain is developed.
Right.
So it's really, really vital. And it's not so much about the technology, but around the pedagogy, around how you bring 21st century skills into a classroom. And technology is just one form or one tool used. It's far more around how we standardize across the board. Because the education market, and specifically the solution market, is so fragmented. I mean, it's like I said, it's constantly changing and it's driven by transformation. So it really is around how a school standardizes, whether it's an interactive whiteboard, whether it's projectors, whether it's on software. It really is around the standardization. Because unfortunately, if a school doesn't, or any organization doesn't standardize, how is it going to be scalable? If I can equate that to a business, a school of 1,000 learners could be a company of 1,000 staff members. It's a decent size organization.
Yeah.
And we would use Outlook for emails. Finance department may use Pastel or Excel for finance. The design group may use AutoCAD or Adobe. So there's standardization. Why then do we not expect the same from an education sector? And I think when we look back at the MEC and the work he's doing, I must commend him on that. He has standardized on various platforms.
The MEC
of Gauteng, excuse me, MEC of Panyasa Lesufi.
And he's on the education side, isn't he?
Yeah, on the education side, correct.
Are we not perhaps maybe ignoring some of the basics and using technology when we haven't got the basics right?
I think, and again, I think that's when it comes down to the continued professional development.
Yeah.
So the technology was first put into place.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of stepped back, all the general role players, and went, Yeah, there's a gap.
Yeah.
And I think it was really in that. And that's why we, like I said, are training over 12,000 teachers with
Amazing.
Matthew Giniwe School of Leadership.
Amazing.
And that's from basic skills right through to how you utilize a tablet, how do you utilize this interactive whiteboard or display. How do we engage with students? We have a fantastic facilitator who took initiative and saw teachers were battling with the concept of mathematics and applying that to technology. And she did an on-the-spur, workshop with all these teachers in that school. So it really, really is about bringing pedagogy, technology, excuse me, and basic skills.
What is pedagogy?
So pedagogy, is really around the value of the basics of education, of teaching, the value that a teacher brings to a class.
Do you have a website there?
We do. It's www.vastech.com.
To spell that?
VASTRATECH. But I think the easiest way to get in touch with us is just Google our Facebook page. It's Teachers for Change Community, and it's Teachers with a letter 4.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Excellent. A great initiative indeed.